Have you ever felt overly anxious in a relationship, constantly seeking reassurance from your partner or fearing they might leave you? This is a common experience for those with what's known as an anxious attachment style. This term might sound complicated, but it simply refers to a way of relating to others that was first explored by British psychiatrist John Bowlby in his development of attachment theory. Imagine you're in a relationship and you find yourself constantly needing reassurance from your partner. You might worry excessively about whether they truly love you or if they might leave you. You could also find yourself taking things personally, even when they're not intended that way. These are all common symptoms of an anxious attachment style. Bowlby's attachment theory suggests that these patterns of behavior are rooted in our early childhood experiences. He believed that the way we were cared for as infants and children shapes how we form attachments in adulthood. If you had inconsistent or unpredictable care as a child, you might grow up to be anxiously attached, constantly seeking reassurance and fearing abandonment. This doesn't mean you're doomed to a life of anxiety in relationships, though. Understanding your attachment style is the first step towards creating healthier, more secure relationships. But before we dive into that, let's get clear on what it really means to be anxiously attached. An anxious attachment style isn't just about feeling a little worried now and then. It's a persistent, often overwhelming fear of losing your partner. It's a craving for closeness and reassurance that can sometimes feel insatiable. It's a tendency to take things personally and a hypersensitivity to any sign of rejection. This can lead to what we call the anxiety roller coaster in relationships, with high highs when you feel connected and loved, and low lows when you fear rejection or abandonment. It can be exhausting, not just for the person who is anxiously attached, but for their partner as well. And if you've ever felt like this, you're not alone. Many people experience an anxious attachment style, and it can lead to a real emotional roller coaster in relationships. Imagine being in a relationship where your constant need for reassurance meets with your partner's tendency to pull away. This is what happens when an anxiously attached person is in a relationship with an avoidant person. Let's delve into a case study. Meet Alex, an anxiously attached person, and Jordan, an avoidant partner. Alex often feels insecure and seeks validation from Jordan, who on the other hand values independence and can be emotionally distant. This dynamic creates a push-pull relationship, a dance of closeness and distance that can be emotionally draining for both parties. Alex's anxiety drives them to seek constant reassurance from Jordan, who in turn feels overwhelmed and pulls away, creating a distance. This withdrawal fuels Alex's anxiety, leading to an endless cycle of pursuit and retreat. Every interaction, every text, every silence becomes a source of anxiety for Alex. While Jordan might feel smothered and pressured to provide emotional support they're not comfortable giving. The emotional highs and lows are akin to a roller coaster. When Jordan shows affection, Alex feels elated, their insecurities momentarily eased. But when Jordan pulls away, Alex's world crumbles, their fear of abandonment exacerbated. This emotional instability can be exhausting and detrimental to their mental health. Meanwhile, Jordan continuously strives for independence, often misinterpreting Alex's need for reassurance as clinginess or neediness. This misunderstanding can lead to a cycle of avoidance, where Jordan withdraws emotionally, feeling their autonomy threatened. This withdrawal, although a defense mechanism for Jordan, only amplifies Alex's insecurities and perpetuates their anxiety. In this dance of anxiety and avoidance, both partners end up feeling misunderstood and unfulfilled. Alex's needs for reassurance and intimacy go unmet, and Jordan's need for independence and autonomy feels threatened. This dynamic creates an environment that can lead to emotional distress, misunderstandings, and resentment. This kind of relationship can be an emotional minefield, with both partners feeling misunderstood and unfulfilled. It's a cycle that can be hard to break, but understanding the dynamics at play is the first step towards healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Now consider a different scenario. What happens when an anxiously attached person is in a relationship with a securely attached person? Let's take a look at our second case study. Picture this. Alex, a classic example of the anxious attachment style, finds himself in a relationship with Sam, who is securely attached. In the beginning, Alex's fears and insecurities are on high alert. He questions Sam's every move, fearing that any sign of distance could mean the end of their relationship. He worries about being too needy, too emotional, too much. But Sam, with his secure attachment style, remains consistent and reliable. He reassures Alex not just with words, but with actions. He shows up when he says he will. He's responsive when Alex reaches out, and he's open about his feelings. This consistency from Sam begins to soothe Alex's fears. He starts to realize that not every delay in response is a sign of disinterest. Not every moment of silence is a prelude to abandonment. And this is where the magic happens. Over time, Alex's trust in Sam grows. He learns that it's possible to lean on someone without fearing they'll pull away. He learns that his needs and emotions are valid, and that expressing them doesn't necessarily lead to rejection. As you learned, John Bowlby, the pioneer of attachment theory, believed that a secure base is the foundation of any healthy relationship. In this case, Sam is providing that secure base for Alex. His reliable and consistent behavior acts as a safety net, allowing Alex to explore his feelings without the constant fear of falling. However, it's important to note that this doesn't mean Alex's anxiety disappears overnight. Anxiety, especially when rooted in attachment styles, can be deeply ingrained. It's a journey, often a long one, for Alex to manage his anxiety. But with a secure partner like Sam, he has a fighting chance. In this type of relationship, the anxiously attached person can learn to trust and feel more secure, although it may still be a challenge for them to manage their anxiety. So, as we have seen, being anxiously attached in a relationship can be a real emotional roller coaster. The unpredictable highs and lows, the constant craving for reassurance, and the fear of abandonment can be incredibly challenging. But remember, understanding is the first step to improvement. As we mentioned, John Bowlby, the pioneer of attachment theory, emphasized that our earliest bonds shape our adult relationships. When we recognize our anxious attachment style and that of our partner, we can navigate our relationships more effectively. In our case studies, we saw how an anxious person interacts with an avoidant and a securely attached partner. The dynamics are different, but the anxiety remains a constant. But there's hope. Therapy, self-care, and communication can help manage anxious attachment. It's about finding balance, setting boundaries, and fostering a healthy sense of self. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to lovepinnacle.com for more insights into relationships. Thank you for watching.